Hello there. There has been no measurable rainfall across France so far this February, but all that is going to change as we see this weather front introducing some outbreaks of rain. Some of it will be heavy for a time, but it's not going to last, and then high pressure builds in behind it, keeping things quite dry for the close of the month. But it means quite a lot of cloud. It means a colder story across northern Spain with some snow over the mountains, some showery rain into France, moving up through Germany and the Low Countries, some wet and windy weather, and into parts of southern Scandinavia there'll be some snow as well. So that's the story as we go through Thursday. To the south of that system, central and southern parts of Spain and Portugal will be dry and settled. We've got a good deal of dry weather for the moment across much of the Mediterranean, and the eastern Mediterranean is fine and quiet as well. Now that weather front will gradually drift its way steadily south and east as we go through Friday. More wet weather to come for a time into France, but it's going to be showers really. And as that eases away, as I say, the high pressure will build in behind and things certainly turn quieter. So yes, the rain will ease in Bordeaux. We'll see sunshine returning, but temperatures struggling to get into double digits. Elsewhere to the east, it stays cold and snowy for Helsinki before more sunshine as we head into next week. Hello there. A massive winter storm is pushing its way eastwards across North America, and we're expecting it to cause significant disruption. Heavy snow across the Rockies and the northern plains, heavy rain, ice storm, and significant snow as it moves its way eastwards across the Great Lakes as well. It's going to bring blizzard-like conditions and bitterly cold air tucking in behind, significant wind chill too. But once it's cleared through, there will be some sunshine and a slightly quieter story, probably from the latter stages of Thursday, before another system moves in along the west coast. So let's take a look at that in a little more detail. On the whole, on Thursday across British Columbia, it will be a dry story. A few snow showers perhaps into Oregon and to higher ground across the Cascades as well. And that cold air will be pushing as far south as Los Angeles. So you'll really notice the difference with the feel of the weather. As you can see, some wintry showers to come, and those temperatures are really subdued for this time of year. By contrast, ahead of that storm, we've got these strong southerly winds that could actually bring some record-breaking warmth, can you believe it? Particularly for Washington and down into parts of Tennessee and Georgia. So we're keeping an eye on that. A lot of dry, settled, warm weather with that southerly flow, but not for long. On Thursday, we could see temperatures close to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but then dipping away quite considerably by Friday. Hello there. South America's weather has been dominated by the heavy rain we've seen just recently across western, central and southern areas of Brazil. In the state of Sao Paulo, we had 600 millimetres of rainfall reported in just a 24-hour period. So that's obviously resulted in some localised flooding, mudslides, unfortunately a loss of life and several thousand people displaced at the moment. There's further heavy rain to come as well, and those showers are going to continue over the next few days, I'm afraid. Plenty of showers, some of them merging together for longer spells of rain, it has to be said at times. Now, south of Brazil is a quieter story. There will be some sunshine, a few isolated showers into Argentina and northern Chile, some wet and windy weather down to the south as well. So if we take a look at some of the city forecasts, further heavy, sharp, thundery downpours to come in Sao Paulo, although Santiago will stay dry and sunny here with temperatures into the mid-30s next week. Slightly quieter story now into Mexico and Central America. A little bit of low cloud as we move down into Costa Rica and Panama, thick enough for some drizzle, a few isolated showers. Generally, it's a quiet story at the moment. It's a similar story as well across much of the Caribbean. So if we take a look at many of the city forecasts, that illustrates the story beautifully. A lot of dry, sunny weather around, showers isolated, drizzle for San Jose. Hello there. Contrasting weather conditions across Africa at the moment. Cyclone Freddy made landfall in Madagascar Tuesday evening and is expected to intensify as it moves across the warmer waters of the Mozambique Channel. It could then make landfall along that east coast towards Mozambique on Friday, and once it does so, it's really going to hang around. We could see 200 millimetres of rain plus. That could have quite an impact. By contrast, into the far northwest, it's cool and there will be some showers. That's been the story in recent weeks. In fact, February has been a disappointment disappointing month in terms of the weather. So let's take a look at some of those city forecasts in a little more detail. You can see once that storm arrives in Maputo, Mozambique, it is going to stay pretty wet for the next 4 or 5 days to come. But further north of that, Casablanca will be cool and more showers to come as well from Saturday onwards. Now for the Middle East, it's a little bit quieter. Yes, we have seen some cooler weather here, but a little less cold across Turkey and northern Syria. That will certainly come as welcome news here. A few isolated showers perhaps across parts of Kuwait, but generally speaking, the story is fine, settled and sunny, and the temperatures will start to respond now. So these are our city forecasts. As you can see, quite a selection. Baghdad could see temperatures into the high 20s into next week. Hello there. Let's take a look at what's happening across South Asia before we move to Central Asia. And starting off with the satellite picture, it's really showing that there is some cloud up into the far northwest and some shower cloud down to the south. But on the whole, it really is quite a quiet story at the moment. Largely fine and dry with some sunshine coming through. Now, we're likely to keep that story over the next few days. The risk of some showers developing across Sri Lanka. The risk of some sharp thundery downpours to the east of the Himalayas as well. But on the whole, it's a quieter picture. Now, we've had some warmth as well across Central Asia just recently, and some of that has been spilling its way steadily eastwards. Into Kazakhstan, it's still quite cold, and there's still the risk of a few snow showers here. But some of that warmth stretching across parts of Afghanistan and into Pakistan. Then further south into India, fine and sunny with temperatures into the mid-30s quite widely. Now further south of that, any showers in Sri Lanka should be fairly isolated ones for Thursday afternoon. Some sharper showers, as we say, along the east, the foothills of the Himalayas here. So this is the story then as we go through the next few days. It stays cold with snow showers into Kazakhstan, but then sunshine returns into Monday. A few scattered showers perhaps for the weekend into Islamabad. Elsewhere, dry, settled and sunny, but sharp thundery downpours for Kathmandu. Hello there. A forecast for Australia and New Zealand all coming up shortly, and I'll tell you about the latest with the heat across the far southeast. But for the time being, let's start off with a satellite picture across Asia, showing some shower cloud across Malaysia, parts of Indonesia, but it's also showing heavy rain that's been easing away from the Philippines. That is certainly good news here. A few showers still remaining across Japan at the moment. The Korean Peninsula will be dry and sunny, and northern China will keep a fair amount of cloud, but largely fine and dry. Just a few scattered showers through central China over the next day or so. Down into Vietnam and Thailand, it's a quiet story as to be expected at this time of year. Further south, we're seeing those sharper showers here. So the city forecasts then show some drier weather as we head towards the second half of the weekend for Tokyo. Shanghai will see those showers easing and sunshine returns as well. Now, the Northern Territory will stay cool and wet at times. This weather front gradually pushing in from the bight, but it's squeezing that warmth into the southeast corner. We are seeing temperatures close to 40 degrees again over the next few days. So quite some extreme warmth down towards Adelaide and Melbourne. As for New Zealand, the South Island will be a little bit quieter. Still some showers across the North Island. Not as bad as it has been, but as you can see, Auckland will stay quite showery into next week.